there are a number of employees that similarly benefit the county. They're required, their positions are necessary, they prevent litigation or they generate revenue. There is some perhaps defensible uniqueness about the position that you're referring to, but part of it, and just kind of going back into the history of why we conducted our compensation review and study was for that reason. We recognized that there were positions that were out of line from where they should be, and it's going to take us some time to get all of those positions up to where we think they should be, where they're equitable amongst employees within their own labor units, as well as trying to be more competitive in the marketplace. And so recognizing full well what you're saying, we're in agreement there. But this was the avenue that we felt was the most equitable to all of the employees, as well as meeting our obligations.
And I just know that I have talked to this person, and through the two-tier insurance plan, she's coming out of pocket $260 a month, putting a strain on her family, and this is why I'm concerned that we want her to and I went through the list, and I just seen that was on the list, so I went through and just checked out. I didn't check every position here to see how many others, but I didn't, some of them I seen where they never got a pay grade increase. I didn't go through any one of them, but that one is concerning because it is so vitally important for our courthouse and for our county that we have this person in place, and I'm happy in her position with her pay. I hate to see people go through financial pain because of insurance policy creating that.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen over the past number of years, we've lost some really talented people because we weren't not able to compensate them, and it's been very difficult to replace them with current compensation levels. So, share your concern.
That's all I have.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Your turn.
I don't think I have anything to bring before the board for action this morning.
Executive session needed today. One more spot for public comment. Woody? Commissioners, anything good for the board?
So, Mr. Chairman, at the request of a few North County constituents, I did a road tour this morning. As luck would have it, the impassable, wind-drifted, treacherous, dangerous public roadways that I saw were absolutely beautiful. Thoroughly plowed, nice and wide and clean. Fairness to the constituents, I don't think were that way an hour beforehand. Call it luck of timing. So I want to point out two things. One, I want to thank our road crews who I know have been working tirelessly to keep the roads safe and keep them open. Two, I want to acknowledge that with weather conditions the way they are, you can't always get to everything all the time as quickly as people would like. And thirdly, probably the most productive thing that came out of this morning's efforts is that I've asked those North County residents to take a county map, highlight for me where those routes are that are most critical to them, to their families, and especially to their businesses. And then I want to sit down with Public Works, make sure that we've got the proper prioritization on which roads we go to first, and also make sure that they've got good contact numbers so that if they've got an immediate time-sensitive need, they can make a direct call to somebody, get service. I didn't see anybody in the county that I thought was asking for anything unreasonable. They weren't asking for anything that I wouldn't have asked for. Just, as it turns out, the files had just gone through between when they called me this morning and when we took.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to, at this point in time with the discussion and the outreach to the community, is maybe entertain a workshop every quarter. But what I'm hearing from my constituents is this meeting at 9 o'clock today at 11 is in the middle of the workday. And so many of the folks would like to attend it, and I was wondering if we could maybe entertain the thought and possibly schedule a nightly meeting once a quarter, that would be every 3 months, so that we could get more people inclined to participate in our meetings, which is, I think, is vital for a happy county and community.
Chairman, I'll just add to that, over the course of my years here in this position, I have suggested that we consider evening meetings, weekend meetings, and have always maintained my willingness to undertake any of those. And just want to refresh that I'm still willing to meet whenever it's most convenient for our constituents, be that evenings, weekends. The issue has always been costs associated with staffing and security, but more than happy to have that conversation and entertain a change.
Further? There's nothing else for the good of the board, we are adjourned.